Hello everybody, and welcome to another brand new episode here on Britain's Farm. So, how are we all doing? Hopefully you're well. So what we're going to be doing today, well, I told you in the last episode that we've got two fields here of canola to drill, and then the other brown bit that you can see just beyond the yellow bit is where our mustard is going to go, our mustard seed's going to go in there. But I've got some things to show you. So I took the liberty off camera to harvest this field of millet, just because we've been doing a lot of combining and different things. So I thought I would do that off camera. It didn't produce any straw, unfortunately, which, to be fair, I didn't do. Now, you may remember also in the last episode that I couldn't decide whether to take this fence out, take the hedge out, put in a bale storage here, and then put the cow pasture in here. And I'm sort of, for if you watched the last episode, sort of umming and ahhing, and I really wasn't sure. I've also, as you can see, mowed this grass and baled it and rolled it. So again, all that done off camera, just because we've been doing a heck of a lot. Well, in the end, I made a decision, and this is the decision that we ended up making, actually. Well, I'm here now. I was going to say we should go down here, really. So what I've done is I have put up two bale storages. It's okay, someone told me how to get rid of that texture and to get the grass texture back. I did what they said, but I've reloaded the game and that texture has come back again. I have no idea why that's doing that. But yeah, so as you can see, we put a hedge in here. We levelled it a bit further down. This is now the cow pasture, which has also unfortunately got the poppy return. But this is the cow pasture. Again, off camera, I ordered the cows, so we've got 10 brown and 10 black, and they're Angus beef cows in both brown and black. And as I say, added in the cows and the pasture, those two bale stores, to which we've got straw in one and hay in the other. So that's looking much better. Now, at the moment, I can't find anywhere on there to straw those cows, but thinking about it, it makes sense because it's an outdoor pasture. So therefore, I don't think that's going to be possible. But that's fine because one day we do hope to have dairy cows. So I kind of sort of thought, well, do you know what? Actually, we can't. The straw can't go off on this game, so maybe starts, so we've got plenty of straw because we're going to need it for TMR mixes, we're going to need it for bedding, we're going to need, and pigs are going to need it as well. So I thought, well, we'll save some. This one, for some strange reason, I put 74 round bales in here, as in counted them myself, and for some unbeknown reason, it's turned one of them into a square bale. I have no idea. But anyway, yeah, so that's what I decided to do here. And then, as I say, I come out this far. I've rounded it all off, so as it looks quite neat. I've obviously set some trees. Yeah, I rounded it all off so as it looks neat. As I say, put some trees in there just to kind of separate. So it doesn't look too bad. Granted, it's probably not the best, but it's okay. And this bit here, we're going to leave just because I want to leave that track the way it is coming down here. But we could well extend out here if we wanted to, really. I just want to leave that, but it all would be that height, all that height. So it would all go that height and come round. So I think it would look a bit silly. Oh, hello. Standing at the top there looking down at us. So I think that's probably as far as we're going to develop here. And then the rest of the animals and developments will go on our farm because Richard has been kind enough to have our sheep and our cows. Well, I know we're sharing them, but to have them both on his land. So we'll go and we'll have the others on my land. So yeah, as I say, we used the cattle truck to get the cows. Again, I did that off camera. They need to be put away for the winter, but they're okay there now for now. So today's episode, as I say, we're going to drill 2 fields of rape, and if there is enough time within the video, I will then drill the mustard seed. If not, I will either do that off camera or I'll do it in the next episode, and then we'll roll them as well. And to be fair, that's what I might do, because then that will make a video. And the chickens are now looking well. And just to show you just very quickly, I have also now tidied up the area where I put in the grain silo and the chickens, because that was a jagged mess. So I've tidied that up, which, as I say, you'll be pleased to know, because if you're anything like me, that would have been annoying you. It's not ultra tidy, but it's smooth and it's flat, and it doesn't look jagged, and it doesn't look sort of slightly weird now. And we've managed to keep the fence so that it looks like it's in the ground, which is always a Brucey bonus as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, so as I say, the chickens are good. They're at 100% health now, so they're now starting to produce eggs, and then obviously they will also then reproduce, and we will be producing eggs much faster, and then we will sell them. Obviously that tractor got introduced in the last episode, which is pretty cool. Still quite proud of that. I just wish that front tank was slightly smaller to fit with the sprayer, but never mind. Even more chuffed that I actually found the exact model tractor. So yeah, very good. Pleased about all of that. And that's about it. That's the update for the farm. That's the things we've been getting up to. We've got those 2 fields, the millet field and the oat field. That wasn't a wheat field, it was an oat field. We've got them to cultivate. I think they're probably going to go spring crops as well. Originally, I was going to disc them and then plant these with rape as well. Or canola, I guess sounds better. But to plant these with canola as well, but decided against it in the end, just because these 2 fields need ploughing. So I think that's going to be a winter job for us to plough these 2 fields. I enjoy ploughing, but obviously we've got lots of other things to be getting on with. I don't really want to be wasting a day or a day and a half ploughing 2 fields when they could quite easily come a spring crop. So that's what the plan is there. And then, as I say, we've got plenty of hay now in store, and by the time next year comes and our grass regrows, I mean, we might even get another cut off this grass. Debatable, but we might. As I say, it's on its first growth stage now, after we rolled both these fields, and we also rolled the 2 fields over there. So who knows, if that does come, then I wouldn't mind some silage. And the other plan as well is, once one of these fields over here, and I might even go for this grass field, but either this field here, get out the crop, either this field here, this field of rape, but I've got to wait until it's harvested, because I do have a self-discipline rule where I can't buy fields with crops in, because otherwise I make money on a crop that I've done nothing with, and I don't know, that just doesn't sit right. I think in real life a farmer would want to sell you that crop or whatever, and the game doesn't take that into account. So, but I might buy this field, as I say, and then we can get a good few bales off here, or silage, or whatever whatever we want. But it backs quite nicely onto this field. So in the future, we've another field to move to. So yeah, that's the kind of the plan here. But as I say, I would like this field and that field. I can't afford both, I don't think. But if I can afford both, then possibly two new fields as well, because obviously fields are what makes us the money, which keeps us growing. You understand how it works. We all play this game. Yeah, to be able to invest in a couple of new fields would be good. As I say, this was our canola field last year, so this will be. It might be. Well, I might drag this one. I might drag this one with the red drag. That's what I might do with that one. It doesn't really need ploughing. You don't normally really have to plough after rapeseed unless it's becoming, a crop that sort of needs a good seed bed to go into, like sort of potatoes or onions. But you wouldn't really put potatoes after rapeseed anyway, because rapeseed can be quite nitrogen hungry. So you would put potatoes after. Probably like a pea field or bean field, something like that, something that's going to put a lot of nitrogen back into the ground. And then after your potatoes, you would have your wheats, because the potatoes, again, because you put a lot of nitrogen on the potatoes, the ground will be rich in nitrogen. Put wheat in there, you'll get really good yields of wheat for very little fresh nitrogen that you'll have to put on it. So it's a good sort of cycle. If you can sort of do a bean/pea, potato, wheat cycle, you'll be getting pretty good yields. But anyway, that's enough talk. Let's crack on with some seed drilling, and hopefully this time I might not even miss any. Let's crack on. I'll leave you with some music. And I'm back. How are we all doing? Did you enjoy the music? I don't know what on earth has happened to my little screen there that controls the drill. I had to stop. Well, I didn't realise, but the recording had stopped, and I've just checked, and it's stopped at the point of me taking the teleporter or telehandler away from the tractor. So in essence, you didn't miss that much, but when I came back onto the game, it screwed a few things up, that including one of them. But anyway, as you can see, we're very nearly finished now, so it's gone very well. It's gone better than what probably I could have expected or hoped, but we'll just drill round now. We shouldn't really drill tram lines around there like that, but it'll be fine just for this occasion. But yeah, so it's good to get the first 2 crops into the ground. Obviously we've got the winter coming up, so we'll have do you know what, this drill is so infuriating, and oh well, now I've gone and already done that. Alright, there we go. Let's have another go. I really should remember that the drill doesn't instantly go down like all the other drills, right? If we drill up to the telegraph pole, we are going to have little bits, unfortunately, that do miss. There's not much I can do about that, but it's a very awkward drill to use, to be fair. I'm going to have to lift it up again, which is going to set my tram lines count off again. Yeah, it's a very awkward drill to use, this. Right, put that down. Go back to that, turn that off, and we'll try again. I don't think I've missed as much this time as what I did last year with the oats. I don't feel like I've missed as much. I have missed bits, and I know I've missed bits because there are bits where the weeds are still standing, so you know that hasn't been run over by the drill. But all in all, I think I've done a much better job this time. So whether the last time I did it when I was tired or whatever, I don't know, but as I say, I've done a much better job. Oh, would you believe it? Honestly, you would think I would learn, wouldn't you? But yeah, and it's been relatively straight as well in all the fields as well, which is always good, because it does frustrate me when I see wibbly wobbly lines through the field, especially when you're tram lining, because until you combine it and plough it or disc it or get rid of the tram lines, everyone can see how terrible you did. I must admit, I was very grateful at work when I had the assistance of the GPS as well as my bout markers, because as much as you could sort of keep it straight with bout markers, it only needed one bad breed, and you were off. And it was very hard then to re-straighten it with the drill, so it did unfortunately mean that the rest of the field then was sort of quite a bit wobbly. But when GPS came in and I was able to use the GPS with the bout markers, and the only reason I used the markers with the GPS was just in case, because I never used to, and then one day I was drilling 112 acre field, I think. I was drilling wheat into what had been ploughed and then pulled down, so we disced it down, with the Simba Colty press, and I've gone in after with my drill to drill it, and because the land had dried, so as I was drilling it the land was sort of drying straight behind it. My GPS went wrong, and I had no idea where I'd been or where I was up to or anything like that. And so after that incident, I decided to use my bout markers as well as my GPS, so that if the GPS ever went wrong again, which it never did, it only ever went wrong that one time. It just completely lost its signal, or did so. I can't remember what it was now. It was a few years ago. But yeah, I was left with no GPS in the middle of a field, thinking, okay, what do I do now? Luckily, when the GPS came back up, because I rang the farm manager and sort of said, I'm a bit stuck because I wasn't drilling it straight up and down because it was on the GPS. I was drilling it in lands, just because it made turning a 9-metre drill much easier on the headlands, and I weren't screwing the headlands up quite so bad because I could take sweeping turns. And and he said, well, you'll have to leave it and go to another field, and obviously just use your back markers. He said because obviously we don't want to be overlapping and double drilling. Alternatively, we don't want to be missing either. So I had to leave the field and go to the next field and use my bout markers and sort of drill in the more traditional way. And then I think it was the next day or a couple of days later, the GPS was up and working again, and I went back to the field because the GPS knew where I'd been. So luckily we didn't lose any of the settings or positions that we were in the field, and I was able to finish the field. But yeah, as I say, it was a bit of a scary moment. But that's why I use bout markers. That's why I like them as well. Even on like potato planters and stuff like that, I like them just because you've 100% know where you do next if anything goes wrong. But anyway, that's all drilled up. Off camera, I'm going to roll. So off camera, I'll roll those 3 fields and get that done. And then next time when we come back, we will, I'm sure, find something to do next. As I say, we've got the rolling to do. Might skip then to October, and I might try and get some autumn fir on the rapeseed fields, and possibly even the mustard field as well. But we'll have a look at that and how that's doing. And then we will also need to put some herbicide on there as well. So that will probably be, it's such a pity that, and whilst you wouldn't necessarily mix the 2 chemicals of liquid nitrogen and, you wouldn't mix liquid nitrogen with herbicide because of the danger of it igniting, but it's a pity we can't mix sprays so that we can actually put sort of, liquid fertilizer, say, in there and then herbicide in there and apply both at the same time. But never mind. Anyway, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe button, and the bell for notifications of when my next video goes up. And all that's left for me to say is thanks ever so much for joining me on this episode. I've really enjoyed your company, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.